traveled all the way from Manchester, New Hampshire. He was actually just in Australia a couple days ago. Please welcome the president of FIRST, Mr. Don Bosey.
Good morning, Indiana. How you doing? I have to tell you, I actually came a little further than Manchester, New Hampshire. I was actually at the Sydney regional event in Sydney, Australia on Friday and yesterday, and here I am today. Miracle of time zones. So, good morning. It's really exciting to be here. To begin, I actually want to recognize a very special part of the FIRST community that doesn't get a lot of visibility, but they're working their butts off this year. So in the rest of the program, of course, we'll recognize the judges and the referees and the inspectors and all the other awesome people. But I want to give a special shout out to the field reset crew who has to deal with all these defenses. Step forward! Woo-hoo! They will not need to go to the gym for the whole week after this workout. So I thought I'd share with you a story. A lot of times kids, as I go around FIRST, kids ask me different things about how FIRST works, how we do things, game design. So I thought I'd tell you a little backstory about this year's game, which I hope you're enjoying. So obviously, as we announced, Walt Disney Imagineering worked with us to come up with a stronghold theme, not just for the field and the game, but for the whole season. But as we started thinking about the Middle Ages, the medieval period, one of the concerns we had was that was not exactly a period of great enlightenment, especially on the social and cultural side. So women were not treated very well. Other people who were not part of the class of power were not treated very well during that time period. So we said, geez, should we really be celebrating the medieval period? Is that really consistent with the values of FIRST? And we thought about it, and we said, you know what? This is actually our opportunity to rewrite history. So my request for you over the next 2 days, let's show how amazing the Middle Ages could have been had they used gracious professionalism, had they used cooperation, had they had respect for everybody involved, and let's show them what it could have been like. Will you do that for me? Awesome, thank you. Now, as you dig into the Middle Ages, the one thing you do find out, there was a whole heck of a lot of inventions that came during that time period. So if you start in the 12th century, they invented the stern-mounted rudder for ships, which enabled the whole age of exploration. As you move into the 13th century, there was the mechanical clock, there was paper that was invented in China, there was the three-field crop rotation, the idea of planting crops, wheat and rye, and then planting legumes to replenish the soil and then letting the field set fallow. And then as you move into the 15th century, there was the printing press. And for those of you that may not know what that is, I always say that's kind of the 15th century version of Facebook and Instagram. But all these amazing inventions came out of the Middle Ages. And how is all that relevant to today? Well, let me tell you an interesting statistic. In the year 2011, the world population exceeded 7 billion people for the first time ever. By the year 2050, which is very much in all of your lifetimes, the world population is going to exceed 9 billion people. That's 2 billion more people, almost 30% increase in the next 30 to 35 years. So we're counting on your generation to come up with innovative solutions that are going to come up with food sources, sources of clean water, sources of clean energy, better transportation systems, when there's 2 billion more people on this planet. So we really hope that while you're having a blast and having a really good time playing FIRST Stronghold, we hope you're getting both the skills and the entrepreneurial spirit and the passion to solve some of these really critical problems that we're counting on your generation to solve. So I hope you have a wonderful time over the next 2 days. I hope you learn a lot. I hope you fail a lot and pick yourselves up a lot. But I hope you have a great time. And I look forward to meeting all of you in the pits. Take care and have a great day.
Don Bosey, everybody. Thank you. Now, teams, don't forget today, we still have the fantastic people in the blue shirts looking to hand out some amazing awards that we have today. Please give a big wave to our judges. Now, did you see how, kind of lackadaisy they kind of got up? I think we need to wake them up a little bit. So, to do that, on the count of 3, as loud as you can, we're going to say, "Good morning, judges." Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, you got a few of them up, so that's good. Judges, thank you. You got a very hard job to do today. We look forward to seeing you down on the field and give us some awards later on. We also have on the field those people in the zebra striped shirts looking to make some really tough decisions today. It's a tough game, but we know there's going to be fair play, humility on the field. Please welcome back your fantastic referees. So teams, as you know, every single year, inspectors, referees, judges, all the volunteers and field crew who are out here helping FIRST are all volunteers. Without volunteer support, FIRST truly would not exist. Every single volunteer is a role model here for students. Whether you volunteer as a mentor, coach, a referee, robot inspector, any other position out here, you demonstrate the qualities that we want in FIRST for these students to emulate. Your graciousness, dedication, and commitment are a critical part of the FIRST experience across all FIRST programs. And the world takes notice. Colleges, universities recognize the quality that an applicant comes from FIRST. Sponsors and employees recognize this quality that comes from FIRST. And it's the volunteers who help create this quality, this culture that FIRST has inspired as well. So volunteers, thank you to every single volunteer who's helped here today. Let's give it up for all of our volunteers. And this morning we do have a very special award to give away, so please help me welcome in for the Outstanding Volunteer Award, the Walker Warren District Event Coordinator, Randy Decker, and the rest of the planning committee. Take it away.
Thank you. The Walker Warren District could not be a success without all of our volunteers. The Outstanding Volunteer Award recognizes one of those volunteers who is key to making everything run smoothly. Our outstanding volunteer this week comes from our host team, 829, the Digital Goats. He is like the Energizer Bunny. On Friday, he could be found running around to help wherever we needed him during setup of the event. He unloaded the truck, which is way over at the Career Center, helped set up the field, and ran around putting up signs all over the venue. The high school student also worked all yesterday as a valuable member of the field reset crew, one of the most physically demanding volunteer positions this year. Thank you, Devin Pardue, for all your help this weekend. Congratulations.
Give it up for him one more time, everybody. So we want to talk a little bit about the Woody Flowers Award that's being presented at the district championships this year. Dr. William Murphy founded the Woody Flowers Award in 1996 to help recognize mentors who are strong leaders and who inspire and empower using excellent communication skills to help their student team members understand the challenges, opportunities, and satisfaction involved in the disciplinary area of engineering and design. For 2016, FIRST recognizes one mentor at each regional and one mentor from each district championship with the Woody Flowers Finalist Award. At the FIRST championship in April, one mentor will be selected from this year's finalists to be re-nominated. Prior year finalists will be presented at the championship for the 2016 Championship Woody Flowers Award. Each Woody Flowers finalist will receive a blue banner for a team to display. The judging panel believes this blue banner will emphasize the importance of the partnerships between students, mentors, and everyone who is part of FIRST. So today at the Walker Warren District event, we'd like to have the following members rise who have been nominated for the award, and we'd like to give them a big round of applause at the end. So, if your name is called out, please stand. Christopher Markovich from Team 71. Jeff Smith from Team 1024. Mike Hope from 1720. Steve Well from 2867. Robert Stevenson from 4982. And Anthony Rubio from 5484. Give them a big round of applause, everybody. So they will be eligible at the district championship for the Woody Flowers Finalist Award, and we wish them best of luck. Now, before we get started today, if you could please rise, remove your caps for the United States National Anthem. Please also help me welcome back the other voices to be here today, Scott the Old Goat and Chris. All right, we got a few more qualification matches to go. Elimination tournament ahead, awards ahead. Are you ready? Are you excited? Let's get these robots powered up. Qualification match 51 coming up in just a moment. Stand by.